All right, everybody. Our next comedian is Muffy. There's a lot going on. Her name is Muffy. She grew up in Minnesota and Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Muffy.
So I am comedian Muffy. It's summertime. Are you guys planning your summer vacations? Are you planning your summer vacations? Yes, yes. Men, if you're in a relationship with a woman, you're living together, you're married, whatever you do, please do not go on a staycation. Because that is exactly where your penis will stay. You know what I'm talking about? So, would you guys like to hear my construction joke? I'm working on it. So, our generation, people have a lot of tattoos, right? I have a temporary tattoo here. Some gentlemen, you have some beautiful tattoos.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Any other tattoos? You know what you never see a tattoo of? This is the joke. You know what you never see a tattoo of? You never see a tattoo of this. A tattoo artist.
My dad.
So. So.
I'm not talking about it.
When, all right, so young people today, sometimes they abbreviate what we used to call sentences. Like back in the old day, I used to say, have a nice day, right? When I worked at a dry cleaner store and I was a checkout clerk, have a nice day, customer. But now, when I go to, or when we all go, anyone goes to get checked out at the grocery store or whatever, you know what they say? Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good what? That's what I want to say. Have a good shit. It's always nice. Have a good orgasm? It's a daily bonus. I must say, it's really nice having the audience. Like, we had class and we practiced, but it's much better seeing all your beautiful faces. So, you know, now we have male and female and gender neutral, right? Well, on your birth certificate, you could be male or female in New York City, or you can identify as gender neutral. So, what if two gender neutral people are in a room to hang the curtains? No. They're in the room. What if two gender neutral people are in a room to have sex with one another? We don't know if there's 4 boobs in the room, 2 boobs in the room, or no boobs in the room. All we definitely know is that there are 2 assholes in the room. Hey! That was a laugh. So, I am comedian Muffy. A little bit about me. I thought it's so cute when comedians say that, a little bit about me. So, my father is the reason why I am here today. He got me interested in stand-up comedy because he used to play Richard Pryor records in the 1970s. For you younger kids, a record is a vinyl thing that goes around and around. Well, we have a lot of older people, some younger people. Anyway, so Richard Pryor is a blue comedian that is sexual or swearing. You know the really good stuff. So I had this dream in 2017. Maybe I would like to be a stand-up comedian. So I started in 2017 as a blue comedian, okay? And I loved it. Blue means sexual or swearing. So I did the clubs in New York as a blue comedian. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. Now that same father figure playing Richard Pryor records, we also lived across the street from a penitentiary. That's an old school word for prison. So both of my parents worked in corrections or prisons. They're clinical psychologists. And I said, I had an idea. I said, maybe I can perform in a prison or a jail. We're laughing. So I started reaching out to prisons and jails across the country. They said, no, we cannot have a blue comedian perform in our prison or our jail. What if there was an incident? So I had a decision to make. Do I want to stay a blue comedian? Or do I want to clean up my act in order to go to prison? So that is what I did. I cleaned up my act in order to go to prison, and I put it on the back of my t-shirts, which you will now see. Read it quick. Comedian Muffy has cleaned up her act in order to go to prison. Thank you. So my clean act and I, again, started reaching out to the prisons. It took 1 year, but my first performance was at a women's prison in Iowa, December 2018. I performed three one-hour performances for 600 incarcerated women. Loved it, loved it, loved it. It was great. My next performance, I went to Florida, and I performed at a federal prison, Coleman, Florida. Also women, about 145. And then we had a little pandemic. Couldn't perform in prisons or jails. And then my last performance, I went to Nassau County Jail, which is out on Long Island. Any of you heard of it? Yeah. Any of you been there? Don't answer that. That was a trick question. So I went to the jail. And so what you can say is that I am Johnny Cash with jugs. But no cash, because I'm not paid for any of the prison performances. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So, but I love it, and I'm going to go back. So if any of you are in touch with the corrections or anything, let me know. You can find me on any of the socials, Comedian Muffy. I did have a prison system in Australia that reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to come possibly perform, and then the pandemic flared up, which is pretty amazing, because remember at the beginning I said I'm from Minnesota, kind of like Laura Ingalls, right? So, one last thing I want to leave you guys with. Have a good one. Thank you.
Muffy, everyone. Let's hear it for Muffy.